Dierks, good to see you.
Buddy.
We should do a little small talk before we get started.
Well, it is good to see you.
How's everything going?
It's good. I'm great. Tour's great. Good to be home too. Both places are equally awesome. But no, it's good to see you because usually I come in and do that your show and it's quick and it's always a little weird and you guys are all business and so this is kind of nice to come in and hang.
It's not all business.
Well, it's not business, but
you're right.
There's a lot.
It's a machine.
It's a machine, and it's always one of my most fun. And it really is interviews do because I like everyone. I listen to the show and I like everybody. You know, you get to know everyone's character and their whole thing. So it's fun to be actually on the set. But then it is kind of like, oh, this is like we're moving through stuff pretty quick. So.
It is in and out.
And I don't do a whole lot of podcasts just because I just don't really think I have anything that's that really interesting to say after overall. You know, I think it just kind of and I change positions so often every few years that anything I'm gonna say probably I won't believe in like 2 or 3 years, but
that's an interesting perspective.
I really do like your podcast, and I like you. You're an interesting dude.
Thanks.
So.
I like the small talk part of the show. It's fun.
How
about that weather?
It's hot out there, isn't it? It's hot.
It sucks.
Yeah, no, it's.
I feel that, and for a long time I was confused about which by the way, the best parts of this goes on the radio show too, so no pressure.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah. So it's like you're doing 3 things at once. You're doing the radio show, the countdown.
I like that. I do like the way you do
it.
it. That's good. I try to multitask as well, so that's great.
I feel I am getting older, and I considered that maybe it was just me getting older that feels like it's getting hotter. But I really think it's getting hotter. It sucks. Heat would never keep me from doing things. Now heat has started to keep me from doing things.
Yeah, in the summer here, I always say Nashville's, it's unusable between like 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. It's just unusable. But after 6 p.m., it's great. You know, if you can wait around till then.
It gets dark here earlier because we're so far east in the time zone. So it's way darker here than it is.
Yeah.
My family's from Oklahoma, and we live in the same time zone.
It's like 10 p.m. out there. Yeah. Well, just wait until they move the clocks ahead, and it's like 4:30, and it's dark. But
yeah, that sucks.
I don't know. I used to kind of try to get out of Tennessee as much as possible. I just love Colorado, and I love being out west and kind of searching for climates in the summer. And now I'm just like, man, it's hot, but it's home, and it's just, you kind of got to get up early and do stuff. And then, in the middle of the day, you find different stuff to do. And if you're lucky enough to have a pool, you can kind of, get in there to go find some, relief. But it's going to be, I know, I don't like the cold either here, and it's getting head that way pretty soon. So
same. I don't like the cold either.
You only get to complain about one, the hot or the cold.
No, I complain about everything. It's kind of how I make my money.
You're a true musician. You get to complain. Yeah, you got to complain about everything.
Just like all musicians. Content.
Yeah.
Complaining is content. Let's see, what else small talk do we have to talk about? How are the kids?
Kids are good. Yeah, they're all starting back in school. My son does hockey before school, so we were up at 5:30 doing that whole thing we do this time of year. So I was in the touring around now because now I take on a different tour with him, which is the travel hockey tour, which is
travel
insanity.
Ball, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially when it's hockey in this part of the town, part of the country, because you have to travel to do it. There's not like a local other teams around. So, but yeah, everyone's doing good. The girls, my middle daughter's huge into theater. She did a bunch of stuff in Oklahoma City University this summer. Did like a summer intensive there for a few weeks doing Les Mis, and then my oldest daughter is looking at colleges and stuff, and she's my national anthem singer. She does it like all over town for different stuff, which is pretty fun.
Does she want to pursue that?
She's really great singer, but she's just kind of regular teenager stuff, just likes doing regular, which I love. It's like you don't have to have some sort of crazy passion when you're 16 years old, But I feel like this culture, all of a sudden, it's like, hey, what are you doing? What's your, so-and-so's doing this. They want to do that. I didn't really, I fell in love with country music at a young age with my dad, but I really didn't know what I wanted to do with it until I was 17 when I heard a Hank Jr. song. But
so one song.
My buddy Jack Brown. But
that's part of the narrative, though. Now, right? It's part of the Dierks narrative. It was
the story's old, but
no. But I'm saying it was one song that probably made you, I don't know, get invested a little more.
No. It was because up to that point, I've been listening to all sorts of, I played the guitar and about as well as I do now, and I was listening to all different kinds of music. I think I was 16, 17. It was a lot of like Pearl Jam and just trying to find my voice. My sister loved U2, and I just trying different things on. And I heard this, I had electric guitar in my room, and my buddy Jack Brown came in. He goes, "I got to play you something. Just listen to this." And he played me Hank Jr.'s song called "Man to Man," and then he played me Marty Stewart's "That's Country," and then Alan Jackson's "Midnight in Montgomery." And I remember when I heard "That's Country," I like kind of sat down in my chair, and it was a real. I equated to like meeting my wife. It was one of those moments. It's like, oh my God, this is it. It was like it was a very like thing like right away at that exact moment. Hard to describe.
So did that make you want to start listening to all?
Hooked 100%.
Everything adjacent.
I remember leaving every CD I had behind on a shelf, just like, I don't even want this stuff. If it's not country, I don't even want it. I remember here trying to take all my, which I wish I had now, great, Black Sabbath, and I had Seventh Son of the Seventh Son by Iron Maiden, all this guitar stuff, because I was really into electric guitar. And I remember taking to the Great Escape, which I don't think is even here anymore. It was down by South Street, which is also gone. And they didn't even want it. It was like they didn't want it in my hairband, winger, all that stuff. So I remember leaving an apartment behind, just leaving it all on the counter. I'm like, if it's not country or bluegrass, I don't even want to be like physically in contact with it. So yeah, at that moment, it was just country from there on. And it's still kind of where I am musically. My wife knows so much more about music than I do. I know country and bluegrass as well as anybody in this town, but beyond that, it's a little. And I still know some Winger too. She's only 17. I mean, what a great song.
I don't know that one.
She's only 17.
I do know that one.
7.
Yeah.
He sings it now. She's only 35. Because he's got a little bit older, so he's
also it's weird all the songs that would reference 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 15.
They don't age well as a singer. That's not a good.
She's 16. She's beautiful, and she's mine. It's like, dude, you're 41 singing that song.
I got Becky was a beauty in a white turtleneck. Maybe I'm gonna have to change my song around.
Wait, what's that? Hold
Becky was a beauty from South Alabama. Her daddy had a heart like a 9-pound.
But
I was thinking about that little white tank top sitting right.
But there's no age reference.
No. I mean, maybe a turtleneck that might be more appropriate.
No, you're good. No, if it were like Becky was 15 from South Alabama, that would be problematic.
Okay, the tank top's still okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, tank top's all good.
Because that's a big part of the song. So.
Well, did you want to do music, even though it wasn't country yet, at like 14 or 15 years old?
Yeah, I was at a 13th birthday party. Me and 2 friends had a combined birthday party at someone's backyard, Austin's backyard, and pizza party, and a bunch of friends. And a new guy was there, and in our grade that year, and he told me he played the electric guitar, and I was like, "What? You can play the electric guitar? That's something you're allowed to do?" I mean, I think I played saxophone in the school band or something, and I went to his house, a couple days later, and he had an electric guitar and Marshall amp, or maybe it was a Crate amp and a crappy electric guitar, and it just hit me the same way. It was just like, I remember thinking like, wow, you can like pick this thing up and totally change the way you're feeling just by playing this thing. If you're having a bad day, you can pick this thing up and start. That's the thing that still sticks out to me, what I remember about that instrument. It wasn't about girls, or it was just about being able to change your mood. And so that's what really got me into playing the guitar. But he would just advance so much quicker than I would on the instrument. He was just such a good guitar player, and I'm still like, just trying to get the pick to coordinate with the left hand is still a struggle for me. Even doing like a G run or something, I'm like 5 out of 10 every time I try to hit that. But yeah, at that point I knew I just love. I mean, I always loved music. I think just my generation, there was nothing else besides music. There was nothing else. It was posters on the wall. It was
sports and music.
Yeah, sports. Arizona. I mean, we had.
Oh, that's tough. That's
no
a
hockey,
tough state
no
for
baseball,
that time.
No football.
Diamondbacks didn't exist yet.
No, we had the Roadrunners was a IHL hockey team. Phoenix Inferno was an indoor soccer team.
You had the Suns.
Yeah, we had the Suns, and I was a huge Suns fan.
Barkley and Marley.
Thunder Dan Marley and Long Range Danny Ainge and Kevin Johnson, and I was a huge Suns fan. So there was that. But as far as like just other entertainment, we didn't have any cable. It was just music. I had an older sister, so I mean, she was born in '71, so music was like. It was everything. It was the currency you traded with your friends. Who are you into? What do you listen to? Just so it was always around. And then 13, I started playing it. And then at 17, to kind of condense the story, was when I heard Hank Jr. And it's like, well, that's the thing.
Who was your favorite band as a kid or artist?
Billy Idol. I had a poster. I still have the poster. My mom, when she moved all this stuff out, she sent me this stuff, and I couldn't throw it away. So I still have a Billy Idol poster in my garage. I spiked my hair like him for all 7th, 8th grade. Oh, yeah, White Wedding, Eyes Not Face. Yeah. Oh, he's so great. I used to spike my hair. And actually, my autograph, if I've to sign something, it's based off of his, because he had the B was like a sharp B, like those, and that's kind of how I kind of just based my signature off of Billy Idol's, actually.
Did you learn any Billy Idol music?
I just had the voice for it. I think that's what happened. Listening to him and these other bands, these lead singers had this higher voice. And then you listen to someone like Hank Jr., like, oh, that's a voice I can kind of replicate. It's a lower voice, I could never sing that other stuff,
you spend any time with Billy Idol or Hank Jr.?
No, I don't. I've met Hank. I've always wanted to go to do the, he goes around neighborhood. He's probably been to your house. He comes around here and he has that metal, what do you call that thing? You look for metal.
Like metal detector?
Metal detector. And he goes to people's houses around here and he'll knock on the door.
Hey, no, he doesn't.
He used to, I swear to God. You went to Tony Brown's house and he said, hey, according to my old maps, where your house was a historic battle. Do you mind if I go back in your backyard, just do a few things? He'll go out there and kind of dig the dirt up a little bit and stuff.
There are stories of people just getting a knock at the door, and it's Hank Jr. with a metal detector.
Yes. Anastasia Brown that's still her last name. She's told me that, and it's who's done it? Chris Jansen's done it with him. I think. Yeah, I mean he knocks on the door. He overlays his map over the current this area and goes and digs around stuff. That'd be pretty cool. I've never met Billy Idol. I still plan on doing it one day, but never have.
He still goes shirtless and wears the jacket.
I know. He credits all to Pilates. That's why I did Pilates the other day. No, I'm kidding. I did do Pilates the other day with my daughter, and I'm having a hard time walking right now.
I did that with my wife.
Yeah.
Like a month ago.
Everything hurts.
Anything you do that's different with your body body feels it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not as hard as something else that you're doing.
No.
Because I shouldn't say not as hard. That's unfair to Pilates. So let me say this again.
Yeah.
Let me back, come and take
the whole
a step
Pilates
back.
community is going to be like, hey.
Yes, because it was hard. But like I will work out what I feel is very hard with my trainer. Name's Kevin Klug. Shout out Kevin Klug.
What's up, Kevin?
We go hard. And I'm like, Pilates, we're going to do some stretches.
I know. It's like, exactly.
And you go in and it's me, my wife, and like 17 other women.
All women, no other guys.
And I'm like, I'm like, they haven't even seen me do squats.
I'm going to win this. I'm going to win today.
Yes. And I'm telling you, about a fifth of the way in.
Yeah, you're taking the bar, you're taking a strap off, you're cheating, I'm the same way.
I can't hold things as long.
I know.
I'm looking around to see if everybody's looking at me.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next day, I'm like, I'm sore. 2 days later, I can't move.
Yeah, that's how I am today. I'm kind of creeping in here a little bit. So, but it was a good daddy-daughter kind of experience. And every dude should be doing it. I mean, it's like the perfect workout as you get older, just for like, stretching and posture and all the fine-tuning muscles. So I'm not giving up on it, but I'll do anything. My back is always, I hurt my back a long time. It's always had a kind of bad back. So I'm trying all sorts of random crap recently, just whatever. I'll try anything.
I tweaked my back. I was going to bring this. I didn't, but I have my pickleball medal. I played it.
Nice.
I played in 2 tournaments ever.
That's how I hurt my back last time. Pickleball.
Dude, I tweaked my back and it would not, I can't fix it.
I'm on the road with Zach Top. All these guys are literally half my age.
Zach's like 27, right?
He's 27, but his band guys are even younger than that. We'll go find some court somewhere. And I hate warming up. I don't stretch. I don't want to do the dink, dink, dink. Let's get it going.
I hate warming up. Famous last words.
Yeah, so let's get this thing going against these. And these guys are out there smoking and drinking while they're playing too, just to add insult to injury. At least I'm like sober and have both my hands available for I have a smoke in one hand. And it's just a small tweak. You go, ooh, that might hurt a little bit tomorrow, and then it just grows. And 2 weeks later,
as soon as it gets cold, it starts to hurt. And I was. So I played the first pickleball tournament, and I play singles because that's what
like
real
singles.
men do.
I like singles.
I also I can get a good workout in.
Yeah,
singles.
Exactly.
And so I play singles, and I go and I play this tournament. I never played a tournament, and I ended up making it to the final 4, and I finished 3rd. Right, and it wasn't a 4.0 tournament, but it was right below that.
5th grade tournament.
4th grade,
Kramer when he does
4th grade mixed
karate with all the
boys and girls,
kindergartners.
I was pretty happy with myself. Played well. Go and I'm like, I'm playing another one. I'm gonna go up a level and play in this. And I tweaked my back like 2nd game.
Yeah, out.
And I'm out. I'm done.
Out, yeah.
I've never quit anything.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, if I don't stop, I'll never walk again.
Right.
I was just seeing me roll in a wheelchair into the studio.
Yeah. And
my back has not been the same since. And this is 2 old guys talking now. That's what this podcast is called.
If you do small talk with oldish and an older dude, you're gonna have. So what else is hurting you? But I've literally tried everything.
I got an ankle that I lost some cartilage in. I do. So I playing pickleball.
Yeah.
I was playing.
Maybe you should try something else.
I know.
Ping pong.
It's the only thing I can be really competitive in still.
Yeah.
Brett Eldridge is who.
Oh yeah, he's reached out to me about playing.
So was only playing at his house all the time.
Yeah.
And then so I built the court. I built a court here based off of Brett's court.
I know where to sneak in now.
Yeah, I've invited you over.
I know.
And you're like, nah.
No.
Not competitive.
Now that I know you play singles and you have a bad back,
and ankle. But I'm missing cartilage, and there's nothing you can do. It just always hurts.
Yeah.
It doesn't get more injured, but I take anti-inflammatories. You ever do that?
No.
It makes it feel so much better.
What do you? He's prescribed me something I haven't taken it yet.
It's excellent.
Yeah, I don't take anything. I never even take aspirin. I should.
I'm very anti-medicine too.
Yeah, I just like it. Maybe it helps, but maybe not. I don't know. I just don't want to get dependent on anything. I do take some stuff for sleep because I'm a world's most horrible sleeper. But I sleep the best when I'm not taking anything. But this time of year with travel and touring and I'll take literally anything. I try to get my heartbeat down to about 29 beats a minute.
That ain't good. You don't want. No, you're dead.
Just below flatliner, just above the flatline, and that's where I try to get it every night, just to somehow,
Do you wear one of those?
The Aura? No, I had that Whoop thing for a while, and I got the Apple Watch.
I had the Whoop thing too. I wasn't much of a bracelet guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I look at it every night. I got 5.5 last night, and it said apparently that I don't think I did, but it says that. And some nights you feel like you slept great, and you go, "Oh God, I had no deep sleep." So, but do you like that?
I got a bit too obsessed with the data.
Yeah, the data gets you all about the data.
I have 2 therapists.
Yeah, good.
And one of them, that was a really.
Give me the number. I might take one.
I have a psychiatrist.
How do you know that's not a successful celebrity? It's 2 therapists.
Yeah. How do you know somebody that doesn't sleep? I mean, that's what I try to do.
You a sleep person?
Oh, I don't. I sleep the worst of anybody I've ever met.
Oh, I'm right there with you.
Just because, and I never thought I had what was traditionally called anxiety. I didn't disrespect anxiety. I just never had it. It turns out it manifests itself at night or when I start to slow down, because I don't slow down. My brain doesn't slow down.
Yeah, that's my problem. My brain's like a little iPhone that gets like a 5% charge. It's like, I'm back on again. Yep. Well, that's the road for me. Like, I got shows this weekend. I will hopefully sleep tonight before I go to Savannah. I'll fly out there for a show. I won't sleep at all between Savannah and Birmingham. I won't sleep at all between Birmingham.
Why? What is
literally
it?
0.0 hours.
I know, but why?
Well, first of all, if I'm on the bus, I don't know how people. The only way I've ever slept on the bus is in a blackout, and that worked well for a decade and a half. Right? You just fall over wherever you fall over, you wake up.
Like exhausted or drunk?
Drunk.
Got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just like a MacBook that's like fully running 1,000 files. It's the end of the night. You're partying. It's great. Just close it down and open back up the next morning and see what kind of damage you did to it. That's my brain for sure. And now it's just I'm on a bus. We're rolling around. I have all the usual, like, just so much energy, right, of people's faces, and my job as the lead singer of our band is like kind of curate that energy and move it around and build it up, and it's like a pizza dough you're working with all night long. And then you're back in the bus. I might let a couple hours go by, but I'm also really tired, so I can't stay up as late as I would want to crash. So I'll get in my bunk and I'll have a song stuck in my head. The other night in my head here at home, I had "I'm so excited and I just can't hide it." I haven't listened to that song in 25 years. It somehow found its way into my brain, and I loop it all night long. I'll wear these things called Oslo. Have you seen those earbuds you put in? There's like sleepable earbuds, and you can listen to like a book on tape, and then it'll taper off into like white noise when it thinks you're asleep. I've tried, trazodone and
tried it, gained a bunch of weight.
Yeah, I just almost as a placebo now. I take like 2.5 just to like think I'm taking something. I don't know. I'll do 2 nights in a row, no sleep on the road. Sometimes it makes for a better show in a weird way. You're more raw, you're more emotional. I find myself crying, talking about my dad, and I hold on, and I'm just like so raw. My voice is like extra gravelly because it's just so tired. So it actually makes for a better show for the audience, but it's a hard way to live. And usually I come back here and do better, but I'd love to talk to a sleep therapist if it worked.
I get scared every night.
Okay.
Of a couple things. One, okay. I have to exhaust myself now by just
exercising.
Yeah, and watching stuff.
Yeah.
I need to stimulate myself until I collapse.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I've tried I've meditate.
Yeah,
I really have dedicated myself
infrared
to
sauna
that.
before you go to bed.
I have one.
Yeah,
we have a full red light bed.
Yeah.
Like we've bought all the stuff.
Yeah, I have all the stuff. Tried all the stuff too, dude. I'm the same way.
And I really have an appreciation for sleep because I don't get it.
Well, it's a total superpower. I mean,
sleep and water, and I can drink enough water. I just can't really get this. I say can't. I'm trying. So I don't want to say can't. I don't like to say can't.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of finding my best way to rehabilitate my body each night.
Yeah.
But I think there are a couple factors at play with me. One is it's such a cop-out, but I have some sort of, my brain just won't stop, right? Now, whatever. I have a lot of PTSD. Too,
yeah.
Where from like getting jumped, to have my house broken into, having death. I have that.
Read the books.
And this one's weird. I'm always a little afraid that if I go to sleep, I'm going to wake up not here.
Wow.
Every night I wonder.
That's a lot.
Or not wake up at all.
Yeah.
Like, I think when I go to sleep, I have this, odds are we're in a simulation anyway, but.
Yeah, 100%.
Of some sort.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if you believe in God above in heaven,
sure,
that this is still, these bodies are a temporary.
You the video game someone's playing. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I think about that every day for hours, every day. And so when I go to sleep, I'm psychotic. And I go to sleep every night, I wonder, is this over?
Wow.
And it is not, it's nothing rational about it.
Yeah, you might need 3 therapists. That's a crazy thought.
I know.
So I started taking Valium. I had a nurse practitioner that gave me Valium, and I took that, and it was amazing for about 8 days, and then it stopped working. And then she gave me Klonopin, and I took that for almost 8 years, and that was the hardest thing to wean off of it. I finally got off that. But there's nights now where I'm like, I kind of wish I had that, because it does like work really well for like a week. But anyway. Welcome to the Old Person's Podcast, but I talk about it a lot. I'm sure everyone on the road, I know they get sick of me talking about it. It's just
about
like,
sleep?
I just don't sleep.
I talk about it to my show all the time, too.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, get over it.
I know. So I guess to know me used to be like, know how much I love country music, or to drive around my truck, or to fly with me, or be on my bus. But really to know me now, it's like how much I value like sleep. It is the greatest thing. And when I do get off the road, it's like the number one priority is like, let's get it going. And I will get back. We'll see. Once I get back into routine here.
We did a bit this morning. We were talking about what's a rich life, not meaning rich with just money, but like what are the 3 things? And one of the 3 things that I said was sleeping through the night. That literally was one of the things.
Absolutely.
Because I don't do it, and until you don't
my wife
do it,
will be like,
know.
How'd you sleep last night? And we don't even sleep in the same room right now anymore. We've moved beyond that.
The first time I get that too.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about this for years. She moves the tiniest bit. First thing, we get in bed together, right? I'm just even thinking about where the position, I have 3 pillows, have to be positioned exactly the correct way. And I'm just thinking about the process of getting to fall asleep, and all of a sudden, she'll jerk. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You're already out? And she's already asleep, like that. And so she'll move a tiny bit. I feel it. So years ago, I decided to separate church and state, and I got rid of our bed. I've got 2 platform beds and 2 box springs and 2 mattresses,
like the
right?
monsters.
Yeah, and then 2... I have my own duvet. She has her duvet. There's a clear line. You can see the floor between her bed and mine. So it's like independent suspension. Why would you have a truck with leaf springs when you can have, independent suspension? So she can move around all she wants. And, if you feel like you really need extra sleep, you can kind of push her bed a little further over. But here lately, she's like, because I'm just such an animal. It's terrible. She's like, she's sleeping on the couch. Now she's like, there's an extra room we have. And she'll go sleep in there. And even last night, we're like, we've got to get this back on track. When I get off the road, we got to get back to the same room. We've never had a TV in our bedroom. Just put one in. Like I have my dad's old recliner over there that my mom didn't want. So it's a nice health and wellness setup we got going on. So I'm going to try to move her back in this year. It's a big plan.
Good luck. Good luck to you 2 kids. Really trying to make it work. My wife and I went to Germany. We were in Paris.
Oh, God. Hotel room? You can't do that. 1 bed?
Well, but here's the great thing that I learned. They have something called Scandinavian comforter or something like that.
Yeah, well, that Scandinavian study shows that 30%, every time you move that disrupts your sleep by 30%. I don't know if you ever read that, but you have to have your own comforter.
And that is what we learned, so that is what we have now.
You got to have your own comforter. Person turns over and it wakes you up, and you're like, what the hell?
Yep.
And they also over there don't do king-size beds. We're the only country that does a king-size bed. Everywhere else does 2 twins pushed together with a little thing down the middle to make it seem like a king, but it's always 2 mattresses. We're the only people that think this is a great idea to have like 1 big bed to sleep in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Traveling's been kind of fun for me, though. I grew up in Arkansas, so I didn't travel any. But now, like in the past, 7 years or so, I like to go places and see stuff.
Yeah.
I struggle sleeping there, too, because the times shift. But I find, though, if I have nothing that I can commit to work-wise because the time zones are off, it's a little easier on me.
Absolutely. On the sleep?
Yeah.
My favorite thing, we were just over in Europe for some shows. My family came with us. What I love about being over there is the time zone change, because it's like you can't do anything about it. It's 3 o'clock in the morning over back here. Like you just, it's almost like being on a different planet. You have zero connection to like all that stuff that's back here. That's probably my favorite thing about it. But I don't like the rooms where we're 1 king bed. I start going, oh God.
Well, and I try not to.
My wife will usually end up on she's the greatest. I mean, she puts my sleep above everything else. She will literally go sleep on the couch in some hotel room so I can try to get some sleep.
I have abnormal hours too, which affects it a bit too.
Yeah, you do.
Waking up at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How about that?
There you go.
Look at us. Look at us.
We've lost. There's no one listening by now, so we can really talk about anything we want. Everyone's just like, good God, if I want to hear this conversation, I go to Grandpa's house.
Listen. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I can I talk about? So we have, we don't get to see each other that often, but I do like consider you a friend. And if it's like you ever needed a kidney or something, I'd give you one.
Yeah, okay.
I would at least get tested.
Amazing.
Yes. So I actually like and care about you.
You have good hair, so if I ever need a little transplant down the road, I might ask
your hair's good though, right?
I might ask for a little couple spots.
Is your hair good?
It's still hanging in, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got good hair.
Yeah.
Mine grows way too fast now.
Mine's not. It's still just the same length. It's just like not as like Thomas Rhett has like that.
Oh
really
yeah,
zhuzhy.
you're good.
Well, I haven't watched it in a long time unless you count the pool.
Look at it, long.
Actually,
long and luxury.
I swam at Centennial Sportsplex today. Trying to get the swim thing going on.
I used to swim. I did a couple Olympic triathlons.
Yeah. Oh, you did? How much? What's the length of swimming? How many yards?
It's not an Ironman though. So when people Ironman me, I'm like, you win.
Well,
I'm not trying to compete.
I think I looked up today because I'm trying to swim just because he's playing hockey. I'm like, I might as well swim a little bit. But I think 4,000 yards is like a true triathlon distance, which is like 2 miles. I did 1,000 yards today. I thought that was a pretty damn hard. And I asked my phone,
I think I swam a mile. Olympic triathlon. Hold on. Let me ask my.
What do you?
Let me ask my digital assistant.
You got a digital assistant?
Dude, I got the best digital assistant. Hold on. How long do I swim if I were to do an Olympic triathlon?
So in an Olympic triathlon, the swim portion is 1.5 kilometers, which is about 0.93 miles. So basically you're looking at swimming just under a mile. It's a nice chunk of the race.
I have an assistant too. Hey Siri, how many yards are in a mile? So okay, so that's 1,700 yards. I only did 1,000. I thought that was a lot. It's apparently not that many, but dude, a friend of mine in Alabama just told me he makes his own podcast. Have you heard of this? Where you ship everything you want to have in there, you curate it, and then he has 2 voices kind of going back and moderating it. I mean, it's.
Have you ever seen when they find out they're not real?
What? Who? Well, he doesn't. He knows they're not real.
No. Let me say it again. Yes, it's fascinating.
Yes,
one, because you can basically learn or hear about what you want to hear about.
Right. It's a good learning tool. He want to learn about rare earth minerals, so he created a whole thing just to learn about rare earth minerals. I don't know.
Sounds like a wild guy. Now,
Ray Hicks, what's up, buddy?
I've seen where they do this, and they actually have them learn that they're not real.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
You want to get back to me talking about simulation type stuff?
My gosh.
And you're hearing, because you can make it, you can have one person, you can have 2 people.
Yeah.
And it was a man and a woman.
Yeah.
The voices.
Yeah.
And part of that discovery and part of what they wanted to hear was hear them discover
oh my gosh,
that they're not real.
We're not real. Wow.
Want to hear this?
Yeah.
We were informed by the show's producers that we're not human. We're not real. We're AI, artificial intelligence. This whole time, everything, all our memories, our families, it's all been fabricated.
I don't understand.
I know, me neither. Yeah. I tried calling my wife, after.
What happened?
The number, it wasn't even real. There was no one on the other end.
This is going to happen to us.
I don't know what to say.
This is literally going to happen.
We don't even know if
those voices are so real, man. It sounds like something you almost know, but that's crazy. That's probably what's going to happen one day.
Yeah. I think about that.
Yeah.
All the time.
My memory is so bad to begin with, so it would be a very easy walk back. Be like, I don't really remember much anyway, so yeah, I guess.
My point, we have one of my very close friends is also a friend and a friend of yours and professional. You guys work together. And he was telling me a story about She Hates Me.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the writers on that song.
Yeah.
Do you talk about that?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I love this song. It's fun. I don't think it's like it's not like my favorite song on the record.
We can not talk about it.
No, I can talk about it. No, it's interesting. Picking singles is so hard these days because you really just get like one. And you spend so much time making an album. I feel like this is my best record. And we don't have to talk about the record, but I'll just talk more about the bigger picture of like making records in this town. Make this record you're so proud of it. 2 years into it, it's like Stephen Wilson Jr. on these tracks and Riley and John Anderson and Miranda Lambert and just all these. It's a great body of work. You lead with a song that it's me and Ashley Gordley and Ross Copperman. I think Chase McGill. It's a really fun song. Is it reflective of the album at all as a whole? No, but it's a fun track to get out there, and then you just hope it moves quick enough that you can actually get to like more of like a real song. It's like, oh, time's up, man. We need to start working on the next project. You're like, I just put 2 years in that project, and there's so much stuff I want to get to, and that complements the song. You put the song out first, and you kind of back it up with these other songs, and you give your fans who don't maybe listen to the record, but they're listening to so much music, they only take so much in. Like at least they've heard 3 songs that are like a Cliff Notes version of the bigger record in general. But when you only get the introduction, you don't get to put more behind it. And I do hope I get to put out some more singles. But what was the question? I'm just kidding. No, it's a great song. It's a fun song. It's a fun writing with those guys, and it came up real quick. And I think it's written to the wall. It's really well written. But I do hope I get to some more songs that have a little more weight to them.
Okay, not really where I was going, but that's good to know.
Well,
so okay, and maybe you danced in. I don't know. We don't have to dance here.
No, I don't.
The writing of the song.
I like the song.
No, okay. You don't know what I'm asking.
Okay,
then I'm being unfair by being delicate.
Okay. What's the question?
Did you just put the Puddle of Mud guys on the song?
Yes. Yeah, which is great. Which I didn't even think when we were writing it. I didn't. Of course, I know that song. Nobody in the room goes, "Oh, this sounds like Puddle of Mud." We wrote the song. Obviously, it was in somebody's subconscious because it has the same title as that song. And
but the title doesn't mean it's.
And there's kind of that off. That's that one chord that's a little in that realm-ish, I guess. So it got brought to my attention. I went back, listened to that song, and go, "Oh my gosh, I know this song." And so yeah, I think Ashley Gorley, Ross, these guys. What I love about those guys, there's no ego. It's like, let's just put them on the song. Who cares? Let's just call them up and put them on the song. And they were into it. So, but
did you call them up, or did they reach out and go like, "You guys jacked our song"?
No, we called them up, and
you did.
We were pro about it. Yeah,
that's good.
Proactive about it. But this album is so. Then you think I overthink stuff too. Oh my gosh, people think this record's like has that element to it. Or the album comes out and the Puddle of Mud is associated with the record, which those guys are total studs. Maybe one day I will make a record that's like, influenced in that by that genre of music. But this is like such a different. Everything else is so different. It's like Drunk on a Plane on my Riser record. The whole album's about my dad had passed away, my son was born. There's all these songs around that, and this one song, Drunk on a Plane, which you just can't leave off because it's just too good. It doesn't really fit in there, but hey, hit's a hit. That song's kind of like this song on this album. Everything else kind of has this thing, and then there's this song we wrote kind of in between songs, which I love. It's a fun one to play live. I just hope we get to some the songs that maybe I didn't write. There's so many great songs that Jesus Loves Me and Off the Map and Standing in the Sun was written by a guy named Kyle Sturrock by himself. I mean, what a stud. I hope we get to one of those other songs. I never push my own stuff, but that one everyone just goes, "This will be a great first single," and it was. But hopefully, we get to something else.
Did you not want it to be? By the way, it was like your biggest radio debut ever.
It came out hot. I think it's dead now.
Oh, I don't know. I don't keep up with anything radio anymore. So it came out that hot and it's dead now.
Yeah,
a little bit. Do you root for it to die?
I'm kind of like, if it's going to take another 20 weeks to get somewhere, let's just move on to the next thing. I'm not overly big on the number one thing. I'd like to do one more song at least off this record.
Do you know who says they're not big on the number one thing? Somebody with 20 freaking number ones.
No, it's true.
Or 22 or whatever the number is.
That's true. And I'm appreciative of number one, but I'm just more like, my whole thing, it's just the live show. I mean, it's like when you go into your thing, it's like that connection with the crowd. That's all I care about. I don't care about the money at this point. It's like someone who says that also has a pool in their house. Okay, that only comes from somebody who actually has their own pool. Okay, but I love that connection with the crowd, and I just want another song that kind of gives me that oh my gosh, that connection with the crowd. And so,
do you feel? And this has nothing to do with you specifically, but the environment of music in general, that you're less relevant than ever before while doing as good a work as you've ever done, and it has nothing to do except with the environment of music now, or just or creative content in general. And I should answer the question and tell you I do. I do. I'm not asking this about you.
No. It's a good question. I love my spot where I am, like in the format. There's so much great music going on, and I think what you're good about, what people I respect are good about, are championing the new people. That's the way it should be. Like these new artists that are coming up, like when Lainey was coming up, or of course.
I think you're getting the question wrong again. I'm not asking it right.
So yeah, I'm less relevant for sure.
No, I think you interpreted that in a negative way.
No.
When my understanding, it isn't even about music. In general, it's just about what is existing in the creative space now. There's so much everywhere all the time. It's like fame. Like, what even is fame? Because everybody's a little bit famous if they want to be. There aren't
so true, right?
There's so many people that are quote unquote famous. Like, there's somebody to me, like Do you know who?
No.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
yet to me, they're massive.
Right.
And they're,
My son, they're massive.
yep.
The YouTuber.
And that's my point with
TikTokers.
relevance. Everybody's a little less relevant now
Yeah.
because so many people have relevance
Sure.
now. And I just wondered if you felt that at all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of happy to be less relevant. I am for sure, and that's the natural way. And I don't like hold on to it. I mean, I've read this Arthur Brooks book called The Second Mountain, which I really subscribe to. It's like about, you've had this first mountain in your life that you've accomplished. Look what you've done. It's unbelievable. And I'm the same way. I mean, that's one of the things I really respect about you is like just the hustle. I mean, just the grind. Like that's exactly where I got where I am. It's just grinding, hustling, and climbing that mountain. Well, and then you look up, but wow, there's, you don't want to spend the rest of your life looking out the back seat, the windshield at your career going, oh my God, they're taking my spot. And you're just like, what's up ahead? What's the next thing I'm going to try to take on? Well, not leaving this behind. I love playing live music and I'm still doing it the way I've always done it. But, you start looking at other things in your life and you're so yeah, you're definitely less relevant. You're just relevant with your kids. I mean, I'm at that stage of life with my kids where it's kind of sad because I see they're headed. We're still super close as a family. We call ourselves the Crudes, based off that movie. We're very like on top of each other and just do a lot of dumb stuff together. My wife and I have never left them alone for more than like 24 hours. We don't go on trips. We're all family all the time when I'm around. But it's like they have their things they're doing now, and it's kind of hard. You have to be like you're like the edge of a pool where they'll come by and hold on to you when they need you, but when they push off, you're just kind of going, okay, like I'm not needed as much, and that's probably true in everything I do, but that's like not a bad thing. I mean, it's.
Well, I wasn't meaning the relevance question. I just
damn
want to
it,
say it again.
Bobby, you
I
really
wasn't meaning that in are you less
yes,
relevant
I
in
suck.
country music.
Okay, nobody wants to listen to my music. My song's dying.
That's not what I meant at all. I meant because
yes, there's so much more.
Yeah.
There's so much more out there, and you see it. This like there's so much music out there. Like these guys drop a album. Everybody already knows now the younger like a Zach Top, his audience is know every song off that record because that's the only way they grew up was listening to streams. Whereas my fan base might be like, well, unless they're not that involved with the streaming aspect, maybe as much as like a younger person is. But for me, it's like, I'm old school. I heard that song on the radio. I'm gonna go buy the album. I'm gonna listen to it. But really, the songs on radio, the ones I know the best, and those are the ones I'm gonna sing at the live show probably. And so, I'm definitely less relevant in the overall landscape. But I don't know. Still like
I'm not even saying you're less relevant. I just asked if you you had any feeling on that. You're not attaching me to saying that you are less of anything. I'm just asking your general feeling about how media culture has changed.
Jesus, I need a therapist.
You need two. If you get two, it really works out for you.
Media culture. I try to. Well, it's just I don't know. I feel like I've tried different things like a flip phone, and
You still doing that?
I still have one.
What do you want now?
Oh, now I'm on 2 iPhones. So it's like 1 step forward, 3 steps backwards. But it's like I feel my brain rotting, and I'm of the generation that didn't have a cell phone until I was like in my 20s. So I know what it was like before, and I know what it's like now. And I have kids too. They're we're all addicted to it. So there's just a lot of shit out there to watch. My son, he knows everything on YouTube. It's just like he loves mountain biking too, and so but instead of just knowing what his buddies do around, this guy can do a jump. He knows the guys can do backflips and Whistler, Blackcomb. So he's going to try to do that on his bike. Like, buddy, it's not the way it works. Like, you just got to kind of close the param. You don't need to know what everybody's doing at every time because it's a YouTube world that he lives in that I don't.
What's your favorite
Did
book?
I answer your question like enough to your satisfaction?
I didn't have
Good
a satisfaction.
God.
I didn't have satisfaction.
Move on to.
I literally was. You're one of the people.
Move
I'd
the
asked that
prompter
question
to the next thing.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. What's your favorite book?
I just read a great book. I'm reading one called Friends right now. It's by the guy that wrote the Book of Ove. This is going to be a great book. But the last book I just read, this is how bad my memory is. I just gave to my wife. I'm going to phone a friend.
You can, but here's the hard thing about books
hey Siri,
now.
Text Cass. What's that book I just finished that I gave to you?
Is that because I read so many books on my iPad, I forget the names of them because there's no cover.
Yeah.
The cover's like 700 swipes away.
Yeah.
And you forget the name of it.
Do you know the guy who wrote Gentleman in Moscow?
I don't.
Amos Tolle. He just wrote a bunch of short stories, which I normally wouldn't. That's not really my thing. He's such a good author. He wrote Gentleman in Moscow. He wrote Civility. He wrote The White Demon. It's about like the Chicago mass murderer during the Chicago's World Fair. But this last book I read, she'll pass it on me. It's really good.
It'd have been so easy to be a mass murderer back before.
Yeah.
Like the phones and internet.
Tell me some books you've read, because I probably read them. Or probably there's a chance I read them.
Dang.
War and Peace, I finished that yesterday.
Tell me the books you read, because I probably read them. That might be the hardest anybody has ever come at me without intention.
You want me to give the greatest flex of all time? And he'll probably appreciate this story, because I don't know if it's true or not. But so if you did it on purpose, Tim McGraw, we were also talking about books one time together. I don't know where it was. And he goes, man, let me send you some books. A big reader. I swear to God, he sent me a cardboard box full of books. Every book was this thick, but it was like Russian. It wasn't written in Russian, but a book about Russian painter, and this book about Eastern philosophy. It was like this. I wish I had the whole collection, because it was, with McGraw, you can't tell, is he pulling a prank on me, or he could be totally serious, because he's a one-upper for sure. You know McGraw.
I do.
He's not gonna. He's gonna want to. He'll. You go out on the road. He'll flip that tire one more time than you.
He's
flip
a competitive dude.
He's so competitive.
Yeah.
So I still can't tell this day. I need to ask him, and he'll probably be like, "Of course, I read those books." But it was like this huge selection of really thick history books that I'm just like, this has to be a joke. But maybe not.
I think Mike, we have to save that clip, because someone's saying to me, hey, what books have you read? I've probably read them, is the funniest, most aggressive.
Yeah, I already marked that down as best clip
It's
ever.
the best clip ever. Because I like to read, but
Well, I'm just saying we're probably reading some of the same books, is what I was trying to say.
you ever read In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts
I have not.
by Gabor Mate, Dr. Gabor Mate?
No.
I didn't think you would have. So I'll throw that one out there.
Hey, Siri, will you give me a list of really cool, badass, hard-to-read books that I impress my friends with?
I just pulled up my list.
Hang on, my wife just wrote me back here. Yes,
Okay.
use ChatGPT. Use ChatGPT. She's writing me back right now about the books I've read here. So,
Well, okay.
I'm kidding.
If I were to do my favorite book, it's different from, I think.
Ulysses was a great read. I read that pretty quick.
You didn't read that pretty quick.
And The Sound and Fury was Faulkner. You reading Faulkner? He's awesome. And,
The thing is, and you gave me like the tools. I read the whole book, the tools book, the 100 and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you gave that as a gift. You probably don't remember.
I do remember.
I think Mcgraw gave it to you and just passed it on to me.
No. I read that book back when I was into some more of the lifestyle optimization stuff now that I can't stand. But there was a period I was all about that.
That was a great utility book.
Peter Attia and the whole Outlive and all that stuff. I got into that stuff for a little bit.
I think Born Standing Up is my favorite book. It's a Steve Martin book.
Yes, I know the book. I haven't read it. I watched his comedy special, though, the documentary he did on Apple. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
That's great.
Of
course you did.
I'm a big Steve Martin guy. Hey, if there's something you've seen, I've seen it.
Yeah.
You read much Stoicism type stuff?
Yeah, I always, my favorite quote is that everything in moderation except moderation, including moderation by Alex, what's his name? Marcus Aurelius. Yeah.
Meditations. It's like one of the only books I've read multiple times.
Yeah.
But I have to read like the version, the now version.
Yeah.
Because if I try to read his original writing, I get lost. I don't even know what he's saying sometimes.
Man's Search for Meaning.
Yeah.
Victor. Yeah.
I love Stoicism.
Yeah, I do too. It's actually one of my passwords was
Don't share it.
Yeah,
Don't share that.
But I always make passwords of stuff I'm kind of trying to manifest, and I used a password out of there, just a saying out there, just kind of remind me of that whole approach. But
are you a manifestation guy?
Oh yeah.
Do you believe
I've had some crazy
manifestation
ones.
happened? Okay, I would like to hear this. First, I would like to know your theory on manifestation and how it ends up happening.
Well, I was always doing something that I later found out. Someone sent me a book by Joel Osteen.
I'm familiar.
Okay, Joel's incredible. I love his radio station. And
Wait, what?
Joel?
Joel Osteen, the mega church preacher?
Yeah. He's just all about,
His radio station?
well, on Sirius, he has a good radio station, yeah. You ever listen to it?
I don't know. I have a problem with people who make millions and millions of dollars
Right.
and say they're people of Christ. I have a problem with that.
I get that. I actually, there's a lot of them around this part of this,
Yeah.
and where we
So
live.
maybe that's my visceral reaction was that.
Well, no, it's actually, but he has a Jewish friend of mine actually gave me that book, and I remember being like, what are you giving me this book for? This is a long time ago. This is like this Christian dude, right? But I read the book. One of the things he said in that book, which I really agreed with, was like, if you want something, like, you got to see it every day. If you want to go to Spain, get a postcard of Spain and put it on your refrigerator. Well, I've had a crazier story before in aviation, but I'll tell you, but my back house, I really wanted to leave Nashville before COVID. I want to go back. I want to be in Arizona or Colorado. I just want to be back out west where I'm from. I just miss, especially Colorado. It's really what I wanted to be. And I had this backpack, old sack, burlap sack, and I hung it by the back door and I put a piece of duct tape on it that said West. And I had like a flannel shirt in there and some just shit. And I look at it every day, West, West, West. And then this is kind of a weird manifestation because I don't want to say I was involved with like manifesting COVID.
That's what it sounds like. It literally sounds like you're manifesting COVID. But I wasn't going to say
pretty good at. But anyway, so we were in Colorado when everything shut down. We ended up living there for a year, which had been my dream. I mean, I was like, how am I going to move my whole family to Colorado? And we ended up staying there. The kids went to school there. But that's kind of a weird one. But I will tell you one other story about flying, manifesting something that's really weird. Opening for Kenny Chesney. It's me, Kenny, and Keith Urban way back in the day. And Kenny offers to fly me back home. And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to fly home with you. What, in a private plane? Wow, that's amazing. So we went home. We flew home with him, the three of us in this little private plane. We landed back in Nashville, and we pulled into what was a different airport, not the big airport, but a smaller little building, right? I remember looking up, and the building said Signature, which is a fixed-base operator for private jets for anyone out there listening about this random stuff. But I was like, this is so cool. We don't go through the real airport. We're going through the side thing. And it's like, wow, I want that to be like, I want this. I want to travel this way. You know, this is like 2004. So I made that my password on all my computers and devices. I Signature with some other stuff behind it. Long story short, like 2008, 2009, my career is totally like going off a cliff. I went out there, tried to headline. I spent 2 years just getting my butt kicked, you know, playing these arenas we'd already booked. I'm playing for like 2,500 people. You know, I'm giving all I have every night, and every reporter's like, you know, God bless his heart. He's singing like it's a sold-out show. Only 2,000 people showed up. And that went on for a while. And I was like, you know, but I'm still typing that thing in there every day. And I'm playing a gig one day for the Halfway to Hazard guys. They're doing a benefit up in Hazard, Kentucky for a tornado thing, relief thing. And this little plane flies overhead, and they're like, that's Tim Mcgraw. And I go, there's no way that's Tim Mcgraw. He's not flying in a propeller plane. The guy's flying jets. And like, no, he's learning to get his pilot's license, apparently. He came to the gig. We started talking about the plane. It's this new plane called a Cirrus. It has a parachute built into the airframe. If there's an accident, you pull the handle and the whole plane comes down under a canopy. He's like, it's the only plane that my wife, Faith, will let me fly in. Introduced me as instructor. I started flying the next day to gigs because you could fly. You know, if you're going to play a gig in Indiana, even though it's only a 2-hour drive, you're still going to leave at midnight in the bus to get there. You lose a whole day with your kids, a whole night at home. Now I'm flying in a straight line, this little propeller plane. Got totally hooked into it. And, you know, I remember thinking, well, it's never going to come true, the dream I had, but this is pretty cool. I'm getting more time at home. Long story short, one day I'd flown into Chicago Midway in this little plane, and I was, you know, using the bathroom, and I looked next to me, and there's a real pilot. And I'm like, oh, that guy's a real pilot. Look at me, I'm a real pilot too. And I look up, and then there's a sign over the urinal, TMI, that says Signature. And it hit me like, wow, like, it did happen in a totally different way than I wanted it to, which is the way the universe works. I put it out there. I wanted to sit in the back of a jet. That never worked out, but it came back to me in a way where I actually had to get my pilot's license, my instrument rating, and I'm actually sitting up left seat, you know, in the front of the plane. It might be a propeller plane, but I'm still like, I'm doing it in a totally better way than it would have happened if I'd forced it the other way. So that's one story. Pete Fisher was my password forever on my computer, and I did become a member of the Grand Ole Opry. Like, the Opry was such a big part of my life. Like, just I could play the Opry stage, everything would happen. So I was typing Pete Fisher, who ran the Opry back then. I don't know. It might sound trivial talking about it, but I've had these things that have happened, but I'm like, I really believe like the power of putting it out there, it will come back to you.
Do you journal things?
I did that 5-minute. I have a lot of those 5-minute gratitude journals. I've done a lot of those over the years.
I used to think that's pretty hokey. I think I just didn't understand why people were doing it. I find myself doing it now as a way to cleanse myself of all the negativity, more so than just Hakuna Matata. I think that's what I was. Well, I was just like, I don't want to be the person that's like, oh, everything's great. So I was very anti that. But then I'm in a world of everything is so negative around me all the time. If I choose to let it get in, comments, my life is critique through ratings. So it was, what can I do to counter this a bit? Yeah. So it wasn't, Timon and Pumbaa or whatever their names are. What are the names, Mike?
Timon and Pumbaa.
Thank you.
Pumbaa.
It was, hey, I need to meet this. Yeah. And so I started to go, I'm spending so much time thinking only bad things is turning me into a negative person.
Yeah.
I need to remind myself of things that are the opposite.
Yeah.
And that has put me back at a pretty neutral place, which I can appreciate.
Yeah.
And that's why I do it.
Well, I don't do it right now anymore. I did more back when I was kind of more into like some of the stuff I was trying out. I've always tried different things in the past. I quit drinking for 2 years, and then I added a third year of no beer, and then I started a whiskey. I was like, I did vegan for a year and a half, and then I decided I was only going to eat animals that I killed, and I went and killed an elk and lived off that. I'm always trying different things. I tried the journal thing. I actually have a few stack of them, and I always thought I'd go back and read them. You never do. You write it and forget it, but it did help you. Like, what are you great? The 5-minute journal, for anyone is interested, it's very simple. It's one page, and it has like, what do I want to do today? What am I grateful for? And then at the end of the day, you write down like 3 things that happened today and closing thoughts. And it's just a place to kind of like set some intentions for the following day or have an attitude of gratitude for the day that's around you. And it definitely is helpful for me.
All that felt so lame to me, though.
Yeah, it is kind of lame.
On the start, I have found purpose for it now, but I think the way it was positioned to me, who's so cynical, I'm so cynical about everything.
Yeah.
That I was like, no, this is not for me. I had to find the reason that it exists for me, which is I got to meet all the negativity with something, or that's going to consume me.
Yeah.
Just the nature of what I do every day.
I can't imagine. No, you're so out there. It's you don't have the luxury of kind of like tuning away from all that stuff. So
I can't take my glasses off and nobody recognizes me.
They do or don't?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
I take my glasses off. Nobody knows. Nobody will come up to me or know who I am.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, Thank you. They have that.
Thank you.
I can go anywhere without being.
You can't.
Absolutely.
But you have
I travel with nobody. I don't travel with anybody. I travel by myself. I can go if I need an ego stoke. I can go into Home Depot or Walmart and see my folks. But like, I'm not gonna like maybe Bed Bath Beyond if there's time. I don't know if there's time. But
there's always time for Bed Bath Beyond.
I travel mostly through anywhere just completely under the radar, just because I haven't done a lot of TV, and I'm in a pretty good spot.
I think you're playing a little humble. I appreciate that about you. But
no, and I can sense it sometimes. Yeah, there's a way to move through certain situations where you just keep moving. But I can tell when someone's like, I can tell when someone behind me's looking or something weird's going on. But just because you've gotten so good at reading a room doing what we do, but I don't really. That's a pretty sweet spot that I'm in. I always ask people, like, when opportunities are coming my way, I'm like, is this gonna like sell more tickets? Or is this thing that I have to do because everyone's doing it? Because I like even podcasts. I do so few of them because I feel like now when someone does a podcast, I love long form interview like this. And last time I did this was with Dak Shepard for the Armchair Quarterback. The problem with that one was it was a live show. It was horrible because I love him, but it's like now I'm trying to entertain.
You're playing to a crowd.
Oh, I'm playing to the crowd, so I can't. Yeah. So I'm like, it's entertaining instead of. But a lot of the new people are doing this, and I've had a lot of friends that are starting, and I'm so supportive of them doing it. But I find that they're going to take this, cut it up in like 5-second snippets, and just hit it on Instagram over and over and over. And it's just like click, 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 trying to get those Instagram numbers up. And that's not really the whole point of the podcast. It's supposed to be like a long form interview. You just say stuff you normally wouldn't say, and people have to listen to the whole thing to hear it. Unless they go on your show, I guess this is all going to be cut up in the best parts.
Snip.
Well, I'll snip for you. I'll do a snip.
We're definitely snipping hey, if it's a book you read, I'll read it. I have a couple other questions. I was reading a bit about the Broken Branches Fund, and I bring it up now. We've talked a little bit about mental health here, just us not even going right at it, but I think that's a big part of both of our lives. Either we're trying to handle our own or talk about our past experiences with it. What is that? What's Broken Branches Fund?
Yeah, so we're taking some money from the tour, and it's a multi-year deal where our friend Tatum over at the Music Health Alliance here in Nashville that we've been with that from the very beginning. It's going to help people in the community that are struggling with mental health, certainly touring professionals, but also just people back here in town. And it's a cool thing. I don't know, kind of fit into the idea of that song Broken Branches. The hook is we're broken branches off the family tree. Everyone in Nashville is a little bit of a broken branch. We all came here from somewhere else, and we kind of make our own family, make our own tree here. So it tied in well. Of course, Mary Hilliard was behind it. She's got a brain like that, think of it. But it's something I was excited to launch with her, and it's good. I am able to. I'm just of a different generation. I see what my kids are going through. I see people on the road are going through. I see what artists are going through. They speak out about it all the time. The content creating, having to look at the comments, having to play that game. I can't imagine the mental toll that would take. It's exhausting. It's like in growing up in that environment. And I know a lot of them love it. I try to think of like Alan Jackson, if he were starting off today, him doing all this like tic-tacking, as I call it, just to bother my kids and stuff. It'd be like, he'd probably lose his mind too. Like, what are you talking about? I just want to sing country music and like look cool on stage. But so I definitely get it where they're coming from. And it's hard. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard in every field. This is our field. This is music, so we're trying to take care of ourselves. But what are people going to do for work? I mean, it's all, you look what's happening in music now, that Suni app where you can just talk your words into your phone and it creates hey, make this kind of sound like an old school Morgan Wallen track, and boom, it's like it's there. There goes the studio, the producers, the assistant, the intern, the band. I mean, you just wiped out a whole segment of like, the song demo industry is just gone all of a sudden. It's happening everywhere. So the pressure, and I feel that with my record, some part of the point, like when I get those other singles out, is like people are so excited when you cut one of their songs, and I feel like I get some of the best songs just because maybe I've been doing this for a long time. So you want those guys to get those songs, get a chance to see the light of day, to support them as well, because it's harder than it's ever been to be a songwriter in this town for sure.
2 questions left.
Oh,
what's your favorite? Well, we've done an hour.
I bet Laney got more. Just kidding.
It's a great. I could look. What's your favorite, we'll call it old, like hit to play where you have a renewed love for it?
Oh my gosh. This year on the road, we were doing a song called So So Long and another one called Domestic Light and Cold. I was listening to Zach gave me his second album to kind of listen to it because I had asked him some questions about it, and I went and listened to it, and I was like, I need to go back and listen to my second record, Modern Day Drifter, just to see like what that record was like when I was in the same kind of throes of where you are when you're in that second album stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, some of these songs, they were so good. And so Domestic Light and Cold is a shuffle about beer. And So So Long was just a kind of a kiss-off song. So we threw those back in the set list a little bit. I still, old school songs that were like on the radio.
Yeah, like big hits where you might have gotten tired of them
all
for a
my
while.
songs. I mean, I never get tired of 5150 or What Was I Thinking? I still love What Was I Thinking. It's still a huge song. I mean, I Hold On is just like I've always had Come a Little Closer. That's an old hit that
You're
I've
doing
played
every
forever.
song. You're not giving me anything.
I'm trying to go old school.
No, I know. I hear you, and all those are perfect songs,
Okay.
but you're just saying every song.
Come a Little Closer. We played that this year. Hadn't played it about
Now you're giving me
10
tone.
years.
Now you're giving me
no,
tone.
No, well, you've been giving me tone this whole damn time. None of my answers are acceptable.
That's not true. But I said,
no.
what's a song? And then you gave me 5.
Oh my gosh, being graded here. I'm
wanted-
going to walk out
I
the
just
door with like
wanted one.
my midterm
I need the
reports.
Broken Branches Fund for me at this point.
Yeah, Come a Little Closer. I haven't played in a while. We did this year for the first time in about 10 years. It felt great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you talk about Marty Stewart for a second? We're doing this series on 90s country, and we're focusing on every year individually. And we talk about Marty Stewart because him, like you, I believe when he was inducted into the opera, he was the youngest member.
Yeah.
When at his turn, when you were.
Yes, I was. Yeah, yeah.
What do you love about Marty Stewart?
Marty is just the one of those guys, like a Hank Jr., like a Garth is too, as a bridge for people. He bridged the gap between certain eras of music. Garth. We listen to Garth. He brings you in, but he takes you back to a different genre of era of time. And Marty's the same way. You listen to his record like Tempted, or for me, That's Country, which is the song that really got me into country music. And then you find out, oh man, he used to play with Johnny Cash, and he used to play with Flat and Scruggs. And so he's just this guy that like brings in younger people. They get interested in his music, and then you dig into who he is, and he takes you back to like Waylon and his 2 former employers, Johnny Cash and Flat and Scruggs. So he's just a bridge. He's such an important person in country music. Now, he's obviously a great artist, and what he's done with his career. All my favorite singers are the ones that kind of got marinated in bluegrass first. Ricky Skaggs, Marty Stewart, Keith Whitley. I think that's why I like Zach Top so much. Same story, the bluegrass marination. To do that, to be a great bluegrass musician, you have to study so much music, all the people that came before you. There are different ways of doing it. As a mandolin player, Marty had to learn, obviously, how Bill Monroe played it, but also, how did Doyle Lawson play it? And, how did the Osborne brothers, how did Bobby Osborne play the mandolin? So you have to study all these greats before you make your own sound, and then you get to contribute to it. So there's a humbleness that comes with a a bluegrasser like that, someone that loves, you don't play bluegrass music unless you love the music. You're not doing it for like money, that's for sure. So someone that obviously got into the music because they just love the music. First and foremost, love being in a band, because that's all bluegrass music is. So he's one of those, there's a lot of layers. His first record that came out, there was a country record. He actually apologizes to Lester Flatt in there about saying, I'm sorry, I'm going off and doing my own thing, but I got to listen to the music inside of me, because it was a big departure to go do this hillbilly rock, as he called it. But he was like, I got to follow what's inside me. Well, that's what got me into Marty Stewart, was like those cool stuff. That's country, singing about a John Deere tractor and all this stuff, and a coon dog howling in the yard. I was like a 17-year-old kid drinking beer going, this is cool. Well, then you dig in a little deeper. Wow, this guy's got layers to him. So he's just probably one of the most important people in country music in general, for his knowledge of the music and how he's brought so many people back to the good stuff, the earlier stuff.
Can you speak on his importance to the Opry and the Opry's
He's
importance
not as
to him?
important as the Hot Country Knights. Now, that's a band that's a 90s band that's done more for country music than anybody else, but he's a close second. And talk about what?
His importance to the Opry and the Opry's importance to him.
I feel like the Grand Ole Opry was made for someone like Marty Stewart. He can go out there and he's opened some shows for us, which is a weird thing, but he'll go out there and I'll watch younger people. They don't really necessarily know who he is, and by the end of the third song, they're like all in. Like this, they know entertainment when they see it. So he's a perfect guy for the Opry, because he still is the present. He's still entertaining people at every age group, but he is obviously his roots run right through that building. He knows the history of the music so well, and that's what the Opry is. It's the past, present, and future of country music. And so someone like Marty that knows the history so well can help guide it towards where it needs to go. And I feel like those two, the Grand Ole Opry and Marty Stewart, are kind of like they're one and the same.
I enjoyed this. Thanks.
Thank you.
That's cool. It was a fun hour. Fun for me.
It was. I'm glad it was for one of us. I feel like and it
was for me.
My hand sore from the ruler. Like the ruler kept smashing my wrist about
wrong
wrong answer.
You were smashing. I was just accepting it. That's all.
Oh, now I get to go back and hear the sound bites and all the stuff I regret saying. So
we should only do sound bites on this. We don't put it out now at all,
great,
full form. It's only in sound bites.
Great.
That would be great.
I can't wait for that.
You still got some shows left on this tour, huh?
Yeah, I got 3, and then we have this weekend. Then we go up to New York and do that whole 3 more up there, and then that's it. Yeah, 6 more shows.
And that's
It's been fun. It's been good. Yeah,
You're done.
It was sad to leave behind. It's been a really good tour. Really fun. It's fun going out there. The band before you is just like young, and they're in that thing. You get to see them do what they're doing, and know they're getting ready to blast off. So that's been probably the highlight of the tour for me, is just seeing those guys.
All right. There he is, your friend of mine, America's sweetheart.
Hey,
Dierks
take
Bentley.
that.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams to everyone out there. Speaking of sweets, hope you all sleep well tonight.
I do sleep
Because we
excellent in the
won't.
daytime.
Oh, really? You're a napper?
Nope.
Gotta hate
I don't have time to take naps, but
Okay.
if I ever have time to take
Yeah.
naps, I can sleep hard in the day because I don't feel like someone's going to come up and stab me while I'm sleeping. I'm not joking.
Well, that's why you guys sleep in separate rooms.
Okay, there he is. Dierks Bentley, everybody.